All right, we're here with a former West Rusk Raider. He's a current LeTourneau Yellow Jacket, Calvin Mason. Calvin, how we doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. Not doing as well as you though. You're over there setting school records at LeTourneau. Let's talk about your first meet over there in Norman, Oklahoma. You got to set the school record with the shot put of 15.12 meters. Then you also set a program record with 14.5 meters in the weight throw. And then you did even better than that this past weekend when you did a 1560 in the shot put and a 1512 in the weight throw. So Calvin, just talk to me a little bit about this season and what's been working for you.
Yeah, that first meet was a good icebreaker being with the team, figuring out how the traveling is going to be. I really did enjoy that meet. It felt good to get both those records. Uh, that's just the season's going well. It's off to a good start. I just hope to keep progressing.
Well, and a lot of people don't know a lot about the field events for track and field. You know, a lot of people see the sprints and the relays or whatever, but a lot of people don't know what goes into shot put and weight throw. So can you just kind of explain to me the technicalities of it? You know, a lot of people just think you just grab the ball and throw it, but it's a lot more than that. So can you kind of explain what goes into that?
Yeah, so you're not throwing the shot put like you're doing a baseball because that will destroy your arm. Yeah, it's like a you're putting the shot. So it's just like close to the neck, and then you're pressing it at an upward angle. You're keeping it on that neck until the final moment of release. And with the weight throw, uh, it's a bit different than shot and disc because shot and discus have similarities. But the weight throw is a whole another ball game. I like to think of it as I kind of relate it to baseball when they swing the bat. That's kind of like the same release you're doing with weight. Well, I do the rotational movement on the shot put and discus. There's several movements like the glide and the rotational movement are the two big ones in that. I do the rotational, and on the weight throw, it's just rotations. You're keeping your feet and knees tight together, and you're trying to step on that foot as you're spinning, and a good a good amount of spins to get in a ring because the same circumference as a shot put ring, which is it's not as far as you think it is, but you can get probably two really good spins in for beginners. But then like the more advanced guys do three or four. I'm doing three. I'm working on the four spins right now.
Dude, interesting to me, you know, like because again, a lot of people just think you just go out there and just see how far you can throw it, you know, but there's so much technique that goes into it. And just like you were talking about, more experienced weight throwers can get more rotations in and stuff like that. But not just the technique side of it. Obviously, you gotta be in the weight room and be physically strong to do that too. So how often are you in the weight room and how often are you working on your craft?
I'm in the weight room 4 times a week. I'd say nothing more than about my apologies, 3 times a week. Nothing more than about an hour and a half of lifting, and it's usually a full body workout. You know, with some chest, with some. We start with like Olympic movement, then we move on to like some lower body work, and then we'll do some chest and some dumbbells. So that's what a typical workout looks like. But yeah, the weight room has a huge role in how far you throw that thing because you look at the top throwers in the world, Ryan Krauser, Joe Kovacs. They really are some of the strongest men on the planet. So it takes a lot of strength just to get that thing out there.
And yeah, and like you were talking about though, it's not just the strength, it's that technique that goes along with it
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
You
The
could be the
technique.
strongest man in the world, but if you got the bad technique, it's not going to go as far. But
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about your time at Lamar. So you came to your freshman year, you were at Lamar, and then came over to LeTourneau. So what went into your mindset, and what was the reasoning that you decided to move back closer to home to LeTourneau and leave Lamar?
Yeah. I really did love the coaching staff and the teammates at Lamar. They're great to be around, and they built me as a thrower. But I just decided it was best for me to come home. I really like being around my family, enjoy being with them. So I'd come home every weekend from Lamar, and it's about 3.5 hours from the house. So I decided I want to come home, represent locally, and just be around my family.
And have they been able to, well, I guess you haven't had meets really at home here, but when you have meets that are kind of closer to home, will they be able to attend those and be able to kind of watch you perform as well?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, like you were saying, we don't have none at home, but the indoor meets are usually held at Houston, and so it was the same drive anyways. But another big thing about my commitment here is they're building a really nice indoor facility, and I think it's going to be great for this school to have that there. And by my senior year, I'm hoping that I'll be able to compete in there.
Yeah, that's awesome. We've seen some I guess some renders of what it's going to look like. It's going to be a beautiful facility over there. So, talk to me a little bit about your time at West Rusk. So, you went to West Rusk High School in New London. Talk to me a little bit about your time at West Rusk and kind of how that made you into the man that you are today.
Yeah, I loved my high school more than anything. Uh, Great friends, great coaching staff over there. Really like my throws coaches had two different ones, but a good coach over there is Coach Mata. He's got a really good track program going, and he's continuing to build it. And at Rusk Rusk, me and my team, we brought the school their first state championship, and I'm really excited to see how the community goes with the motivation we brought to the youth and with that coaching staff.
Well, and now with you being back closer to home, do you have any plans on maybe going over to and helping out the throwers at West Rusk and kind of helping out the program at all? Do you have any plans for that?
Yeah, actually, I probably considered about holding practices at Rest Russ just for all throwers in the area to just come there and for me to give them some tips and how to get to the place where they want to be wherever they're at. You know, if they want to just compete in high school, they just want to compete in college. I feel like I got some good things I can teach them and tell them about.
Yeah, for sure. And that's awesome. And they would love to hear somebody that's in the at the college ranks performing and being able to see them, somebody came from their area, being able to do that. That's a great thing to do. So you're ranked 28th nationally in the shot put right now, and the top 20 qualify for the D3 championships. What more can you do to keep improving your shot throws and to get better and to get in that top 20?
So you got to stay consistent, you know, and you got to stay healthy. Uh, I really feel like one of the things that can give me a little bit more of an edge is dieting and rest. It is really important. You can go really hard at practice, really hard in the weight room, but your dieting's got to be right, and your rest is very important.
So what's next for? I know you're a sophomore now, so you got a couple more years at LeTourneau. But what after LeTourneau? What's the goal for you? The end goal? Do you want to try and make the Olympic team one day, or what's your end goal for you?
Oh yes, sir. I'd taking it one step at a time. After I get done competing collegiately, if I'm still healthy and my numbers are where I'm assuming they're going to be at my goals, I will be on the Olympic team. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. Well, Calvin, we're proud of you over here. You're crushing it over there at LeTourneau. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll talk to you down the road, man.
Alrighty, sounds good.